in the bank.
Yeah.
But then we say, like, if you want a breakdown of where all this is coming from, you've got the ability to kind of get that as well.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of on that line, we've got. It's the first time we've ever had a legendary start. If you play as the Western Roman Empire, which you would expect to be the hardest, it's the first time it's starts off as legendary. It's incredibly difficult. I've tried to play it about twice now, and I was reading on the forums, on our Total forums, and people were explaining their strategy, how they would play as the Western Roman Empire before it ever happened. So I thought, I like this idea.
So did you try some of their strategies out?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then, okay.
Yeah, they didn't work.
Oh.
Majority of them backfire spectacularly. My first one was to raise a load of regions, and then I had my entire empire starved to death. Because I just burnt all my farmland.
Right.
You look at places that are easily defensible, and you think, I'll defend here and here and here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's so much harder in that way. And the more you play at the start, you understand it. But, yeah, you're constantly being attacked all the time. So some of the factions start off really hard, and some factions are kind of in the middle. But even some factions that supposedly can be quite easy can become very hard depending on how dynamic the world becomes. Because it does change. Every playthrough feels slightly different. It's a sandbox at the end of the day, and it will start off quite the same at the very beginning, but 5-10 turns in, it will be completely different every time.
Did you find a way when you were playing to sort of get?
Well, it's the Western Roman Empire.
Yeah.
I have no idea. And
okay.
And I tried and I gave up because it was
you
just too
gave up
frustrating.
entirely. Okay,
it's too hard. It's really too hard.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be super pro gamer player.
Yeah, but there's only so many limits of my own skill that could take.
I think everyone wants to see the Western Roman Empire in Let's Plays on the YouTube, so I'm interested to see how they will play out.
I think there'll be a few of those.
There will be.
I'm saying it's really hard. I'm sure some guy from our community will be like, yeah, it's really easy. I smashed it. And to that person, I'm like, you are a machine.
Hats off.
You are not even human.
Yeah. I'm ready to fight. I'm moving in. I'm moving into these guys. The Antians, if I'm pronouncing that one. My pronunciation is terrible.
Have they got any armies there?
Well, no, they've left themselves defenseless, if I'm right. But I'm going to do the noble thing of declaring war on them the right way.
Okay.
So we are hostile towards them already, but we will let them know the good news.
The afterlife. Spare my arse.
I love it when you say that. Okay.
Declared.
Here we go. And you can see they had a red ring around their faction logo now, so that you can straight away see.
Well, it's very gentlemanly of you.
Yeah, well, let's do it. Not very Attila-like, I suppose. Not very Huns-like.
No, I was going to say, wouldn't he just storm in anyway?
Yeah, well, we've told him the nice way. So here we go. Well, I think this is pretty much an easy battle, so we can auto resolve this one. Now, this is quite good, isn't it? The predicted strength of the auto resolve. I think that improves on it as your general gets better.
Yeah, so the higher rank your general, the more accurate it'll be. So it's kind of like that little bit of you're not sure. So when you get a 50-50 battle, you kind of might not know if you'll win or not.
Sure. So the better the general is, the better they're predicting that. And of course, that would play a big factor, as you say. If there's a 50-50 battle, that could be the key point, either win or loss. So yeah, definitely. Well, we shall auto resolve this one.
Also, if you quickly look on your left, should be able to see the map. Preview the map.
Yeah, should we go? Is it there?
There you go.
Scout the terrain, of course. Yes.
Now, this is one of those little features I was talking about that's been put in, and the reason why this one's so good. Now, as a seasoned campaigner as yourself, how many times have you had a fight with an army where you've been attacked? Okay, I got to run away.
Yeah.
But you run away, and after that, you won't be able to run away twice. So if they can follow you, you're going to have to fight that battle. And it'll be a life and death. So you can check the fight map beforehand. If that map is going to give you a massive hill, you might as well fight that battle on that position. Because if you run away, you'll be forced to fight possibly on flat ground or one that's disadvantaged. And plus, it gives you a chance to kind of see where you might be fighting against. So you can see if they're on against a massive hill or whatever. So it's just very useful little feature. It really helps you plan out your fights.
I mean, how many times have...
And your last stands, which I'm sure you'll have to deal with at some point.
Yeah. I mean, how many times, though, in history we've seen that the terrain makes a massive difference to a battle? Look at, for example, Wellington at Waterloo. He scouted that terrain all the time. So it's really important. Obviously, I know that's 2,000 years later on, but it is imperative that you try and look at your land before you fight a battle. So that is a lovely feature to have now. The fact you can see it before you play it, and as James said, you can really pick out if it is a winnable battle or not on the terrain. aspect alone.
Although in this case, it's sort of
yes, it is going to be. It's no matter what they've got.
No matter what happens here,
we're gonna win this one. I like the cinematic sort of.
There we go.
Comes in now
and
every
you just
time.
kicked him in the nuts as well, which seems kind of...
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Insult to injury.
Yeah. It's the Huns way. It's the Huns way. So, decisive victory, of course. We completely killed them, and they completely destroyed them. I don't think they only killed us. Only about 60 or 70 of our men. So
easy.
Right. Okay. And of course, now as the Huns. As we saw in the Spotlight video a few weeks ago, you cannot settle with the Huns. You have to keep moving on. Raise, sack, move on. So that's sort of that element of that apocalyptic style game you've got with...
So hang on, so sack and raise.
Sack
I know
and
what raise
yeah.
is. Remind me what sack is again.
Well, sacking, look at that. You can the money we'll get from plundering, 788.
Right.
But it does give instability to the province. Do we care about that?
As the
not really.
No, absolutely.
You don't like them anyway, so
do we
it's
care?
fine.
Yeah. No, we can just move on. We can take our money and then move on.
It could mean more chance of spawning kind of separatist groups or something like that in that region, which could become a problem to you, but you'll probably have moved on by then.
Exactly. So, we will do that. We'll sack, we'll obtain some more money, do that, and then we'll move on again. So, again, so we've done that. We've sacked the city. We've destroyed the garrison army. They are defenseless now, but okay, we don't care. We'll move on now. And off we go.
All right.
I'm disappointed you didn't burn it to the ground.
Yeah, I know.
I was going to say, raising just seems like the right thing to do as the Hun.
I want my money.
Oh, well, you can do both.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just attack it again and then burn it to the ground.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, really? Amazing.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Well, with this army
it's the best time when there's nowhere there to defend it. You run out of movement, so you have to come back for it. Come back for him later.
We'll go for it, yeah. We'll give him a second help into the battle in a minute. Okay, we'll move these guys forward again. Keep moving east now.
There's obviously a lot of requests for a battle at some point. But
we'll get battles.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. There will be battles.
We'll get battles.
Promise.
Oh, he's probably a bit scared about fighting a battle after
yeah.
We did start off
you
at
did
the day
that one at the start,
with a battle. A glorious defeat.
Yeah. If you're going to die valiantly. But that was the case for me, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do in a little bit.
So yeah, with hordes as well, you do have multiple stances, not just the kind of encampment stance. You've got mass migration, which allows you to move kind of double the speed. You've got your raiding stance as well, which lets you kind of take more from the lands itself. Yep, just down there. And then you can do lots of different things. And then you've got your standard movement, which just allows you to move and fight normally.
A couple questions. Does the AI rebuild desolate areas?
Yep, yeah, well, the thing is, it's really expensive to rebuild, so it basically, you send an army there, that army will lose a lot of their manpower, and it will also cost you a lot of gold to rebuild. I mean, you're building a whole city, it's an expensive thing. So, yes, so the AI will do it, but you need to get a lot of funds and units together in order to actually carry that one out.
Okay, cool.
That was thankfully as our faction leader, so that will help his abilities. Now, we've actually got an unassigned skill now, so we can see here the general details in the left-hand corner. And it's really nice and sleek now how it's represented to us in a general sort of overview of the general, basically. You can see here all the skills on the right-hand side. You've got the left. It controls and shows you what the summary is. So every aspect towards this general, every aspect towards his household, his army is all sort of indicated on the left there in the effect summary. So you can see at a glance everything that's going on and what's making the person he is, basically. Yeah. So we'll go for lightning, and then let's have a quick look and see. Melee attack 3. Plus food from... See ammunition. That could be handy. Battle movement. So there's a lot of choice here.
I mean, also the nice thing, I think, is kind of adding to this kind of idea of character and stuff. So you've got your traits, you've got your ancillaries, you've got your wife, but also with the kind of new skill trees that we've got generated here, you actually get your own skill. Every general has kind of a custom skill, which is on the left, slightly off of the tree.
Where are we looking? Oh, down here.
So
Yeah,
in their skills tree, so if you look at the skills tree on the right,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and there's a skill on the top left-hand corner.
Oh, of course. So yeah.
That's the unique general skill. So every general
Yeah.
has a different one, right? We have a kind of pool of them, and each general gets assigned one randomly.
Yeah.
And they've got that skill. You can't get that any other way than being born with it.
So again, that gives a diversity to each general, as you say, and it sets them off in sort of a progression in some way or another. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And of course, kind of similar to Rome too, as well as leveling up your general, you level
Yeah.
up your forces as well. So you have your military traditions and your military skill trees as well. So as your general and his force keep fighting, they're going to level up and get more powerful.
Yeah. Because I suppose with Rome 2, it's either case you started with 3, didn't you? Your warrior, your commander, and what was the last one? I can't remember what it was, but there's a 3. And of course, then you push on from there. So yeah, that's good.
You
You've
had
got
the
that
3
base
chains.
skill, yeah.
And every culture, of course, as with the tech trees as well, every culture has their own chains, right? So
Yeah.
kind of like barbarians have a different chain to the Romans, and their characters level up differently and have different skills. And you'll especially see this with the agents. So totally redid all the agent skill trees as well, which hopefully in the kind of time here you'll get to recruit one. But they've got their own skill trees as well, which are different per culture.
We've encountered a new faction.
Ooh. Who have we encountered?
These guys to the south. Not the Gepids, because we know them already. Hang on 2 seconds. The... Is it?
Oh, we all looked at it and went.
So if you click on the little magnifying glass, it'll take you to where they are.
Yeah, here, down here. Sort of to the south, near the actual borders of the Eastern Roman Empire here. Sort of tribal state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Let's see what the situations with them are, their stance with us, if we can try and get them. So neutral towards us, that's fine. Not aggression. Oh, they rejected it. Damn you. What does it mean mana? Because they're not too close to me anyway at the moment. So I'm just going to try and see if we can secure some non-aggression with them.
So you'll also see winter has come. So winter's quite a kind of deadly time, especially for a horde. When you're in an encamped stance, you're immune to all attrition effects. So like things like snow and kind of desert storms and things won't affect you. But while you're moving around in winter, your forces are going to take damage because you've got no city walls to hide behind. So you've got to keep an eye out for the snow attrition during the winter times.
Absolutely.
And of course, with the climate change, winter could take 3 or 4 turns if you're in the very north of Europe.
Yeah, yeah. And this is obviously, straight away you can see the general overview of the army here as well. This is good though, because my covenant integrity is 100, so I'm pretty much fantastic with that. That's no problem there at all. And of course you can see there, because this is the faction leader's army, he gets a quadrupling factor with +1, so King's Own. You know,
Nice.
that makes a difference. So your leader has a direct influence on your army's integrity as well. So that's big. Right, so what we're going to do, because James says I'm going to go back.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we're going to raise it. Completely rid them from the map.
Harsh.
So you'll also see, because you'd previously sacked the settlement, actually, the amount of gold you got from it was really low.
Yeah.
Because all the buildings are really damaged, right? There's not much more to nick. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
If it wasn't nailed down, it's already gone. So best thing to do is, if you don't want to raise your settlements, is to actually kind of sack one and then go away and let them rebuild before you come back again. And basically just have a little kind of shopping list of settlements that you can go around and
That
pinch
is
all their
the
gold.
meanest thing.
I know.
The meanest thing.
It's the evil hunting forces.
Just imagine it now. Some guys like, yeah, got my shot back up. Yep, rebuilt. Excellent. And oh no, they're back.
Okay, let's have a look and see these guys. So, Quadians. These are again hostile towards us, so we'll move into these territories. And actually, no, because they're not as good. Base facility 3. So maybe we'll look to go south.
I dare you to start
Yeah,
sending. I dare you to go towards the Eastern Roman Empire.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I think we'll go that. We'll go that way. We'll go south now. I think that's what. The
There's
guys
so
in chat do.
there's so many cities to plunder
Yeah.
to the south. There is also armies defending those, but I'm sure you
Yeah.
can. I mean, you've already played against Eastern Roman Empire today, so I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll be fine.